Hey, hello, it's Mark Cunningham at Grace Property Management. We've worked with tens of thousands of real estate investors over the last 45 years, and this is a common theme in conversations we have with real estate investors is, hey, I need to make more money just to make my mortgage payment. Expenses go up, my taxes are up, my insurance is up. How can I maximize the income I'm bringing in from my rental property so that I can make the return on my equity that I need to make this a wise, solid financial investment? So let me offer you 5 suggestions on ways to make more money in real estate investing. Now, what I'm not going to tell you is to charge more for rent. That's the easy one, right? We all get that. We just had a video come out last month. If you didn't see that, go back and watch that. We believe that in 2024, rents are going to soften. The rental market's going to soften. Rents are going to flatten and maybe even decline in some areas. So you don't have a lot of pricing power there as a landlord because supply and demand are resetting a little bit. So I want to talk to you about the less obvious ways, which is cutting expenses. Cutting expenses is actually the easiest way to make more money because it drops right to your bottom line. So let me give you 5. Number 1, no carpet. Now that doesn't sound too interesting, but carpet is incredibly expensive. And if you look at new construction of rent-to-build communities, guess what you don't see in most of the properties? Carpet. They're putting in wood plank, they're putting in vinyl, high-end vinyl type of flooring, because they know that if a tenant lives in that property for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, even if they're the best tenant in the world, carpets wear out, and they wear out faster than they used to. And carpet is expensive. So spend a little bit more on the front end when you get a turnover, replace that old carpet with vinyl planking, and it will last 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times as long as that carpet would have lasted. Great way to save some money on the long term. Number 2, install very durable components. Don't go for cheap stuff. Now, this has been more and more challenging because what we've found over the last couple of years is the quality of components that go into rental properties just isn't quite as high quality as it used to be. That's just the way manufacturing works. So, for example, things like paint. When you go buy paint at wherever it is you buy paint, this is exterior and interior, you can pay a tremendous difference between the base quality and the much higher quality. We highly recommend going for the higher quality. Yes, it can cost sometimes twice as much as the front end stuff, but the life expectancy on that long-term quality paint, especially if it's exterior, is tremendously more than it is on the cheaper stuff. Pay more for that. Appliances, same thing. Appliances are very, very expensive. If you're fortunate enough to have a refrigerator in one of your rental properties that's yellow or avocado green because it was built in the 70s, congratulations. That thing will probably be there till the end of the universe. Those things just don't break down. They don't. If, unfortunately, you've bought a new refrigerator or dishwasher in the last 10 years, you probably got about 5 or 6 years left, and then that thing's going to go out, or some components of it will. It's frustrating. It's just the reality that they don't use the same quality parts. They use plastic. They ship it in. They're just not made as well as they used to. So when you do buy a new one, spend a little bit more, get the high quality. Same thing with window coverings, and same thing with landscaping. You want low maintenance landscaping. If you can zero-scape your property, if it has a yard, do that. That will not only save you money on the long term, but it will keep you from spending money to bring a beautiful lawn back to a beautiful lawn condition if a tenant's in there and they didn't quite take as good care of the lawn as you did as a homeowner. So zero-scape is definitely the way to go. This is a little one, but it drives us crazy. Ice makers and refrigerators do not last. They break, they clog. This kind of thing happens all the time. A challenge for you as a landlord is in Colorado, kind of the rule of law is if you provide it, you must maintain it. Meaning if you give your tenant a refrigerator with an ice maker and the ice maker stops working, what you can't say is, sorry, you're out of luck. You really can't say that. If you provided it, legally you have to maintain it. So if the ice maker just breaks or if it gets a clog or if the line, something always happens. These things can be very, very expensive, and the leaking on these things can do tremendous amount of damage to flooring. So if you have the option, pick the appliance with no ice maker on the refrigerator. Number 4, if you've got an older property, sometimes it is best to sell that older property when things mechanically just start going wrong. It gets to that age where everything is wearing out. Everything is breaking down. We've worked with many of our owner clients when they get to get properties that kind of cap out. sell that property and convert it into a new construction. Because when you buy new construction, for the next 5 years, you are going to have zero maintenance cost. And that can be significant when you're looking at the repairs and regular upkeep of older properties, things just wearing out and going wrong. And you run numbers, remember that. That's an important consideration. On new construction properties, you literally have no maintenance costs for the first number of years on that property. That can be a huge improvement to your cash flow. And the last, probably and most importantly, and we've been talking about this a lot in our company with everything that's been going on with the softening sales market or the softening rental market, you must avoid turnover. This is one of our big focus points for 2024. We've been communicating with our owner clients that in 2024, we are going to focus like never before on avoiding turnover. Why? Because the rental market is softening, and if a tenant moves out of a property, you're going to have a vacancy for a month, maybe more. You're going to spend money on repairs and upgrades, and then you're going to get it rented maybe for the same price you had it rented for before, maybe a little higher, maybe a little bit less. So turnover, this is not a good time to have turnover. We're proud that in our company last year in 2023, we had over a 75%, it was about 77% renewal rate. That means 3 out of every 4 of our tenants renewed their leases, avoiding the most costly expense you as a landlord investor could have, which is turnover. So if you're an owner client of Grace Property Management, know that we will do everything we can do to avoid turnover. And that doesn't just mean working hard to get a new lease signed. It means taking care of the tenant during the 12 months leading up to the renewal. That's our focus, taking care and quality care of our high quality residents. So when it comes time to renew their lease, they want to renew the lease. They don't want to move anywhere else. And it's working to the tune of 77%. Our goal is to make that even higher in 2024 to keep your quality residents in place in your property and avoid those turnover expenses. Hey, if we're not working together right now, if you need help in partnering with a property management company, we'd be happy to consider us a resource for your property management needs. Jump on our website, rentgrace.com. We've been around for a long time. We certainly know what's going on in the rental market. We can help you as a property investor provide quality property management services to tenants and residents to place a high quality tenant, help you be financially successful, help them live in a fair priced, clean, well provided rental property. Until next time, my friends, we wish you success.